Alright, so, excuse the shaking of my camera. I just got off work, and for some reason that happens when I get off work. But, or the camera doesn't shake, my hand shake. But anyway, so I've obviously done some things different to my, wow, the shaking's really bad. I've done some things to my 55 gallon, so I'm going to go on with, or, go along step by step and show you guys everything that I did, or added, changed, whatever. So the platies are still in here. I'm kind of not really sure what I want to do with them. They're not bad fish or anything. I mean, they're, really kind, peaceful fish, and, they add a lot of color to my tank, so I'm not sure if I want to keep them, or, take them to the fish store and grab some tetras or something like I was planning on in the first place. So, I don't know, you guys tell me what you think. I think they kind of add, like, a nice change of color to the tank, but that's just me. I kind of want to see if they work well with red cherry shrimp, because I really want to add some to this tank. But, yeah, so, went to the river and, snagged some rocks, took them home, cleaned them up, scrubbed them down, and added them to the tank. I think they look pretty good. I've got a few stacked over here, and one right along in there, and then one right there, and then a couple back there. So I think they look pretty good. I found a bunch of driftwood. You can kind of see right there. Two nice hefty pieces, nice solid and dried out and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll take those. Turns out they all float. They all float really, really well. And there's no way to get them to sink without sticking them, tying some rocks to them, or sticking them into the substrate. But even then, half of them wouldn't go down. So I ended up putting this piece and this piece, which once were whole, but I sawed them in half, and they float as well. But I was able to stick them in the ground and kind of, have them pressed up against the lips of the tank, or the lip of the tank, and it keeps it in place. So I think that looks pretty good. Pretty good, I guess. I don't think I'm going to be able to find anything else. And I kind of like how it crosses into the, God, this shaking's really bad. Sorry, guys. I'm not really worried about how it, how it looks. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I know Dustin was talking about doing angles and crap, and that's a pretty defined 90-degree angle right there, but, it's whatever. Tank's about what you like, how you like it look, or how you like it to look. There were other things that I would have rather done, but that works for me. And it was free, so I don't really care. But, yeah, so I moved a bunch of the jungle val around, pulled a lot of it up, and, the freaking roots went from not even there to, like, just loving it. Like, they were spread everywhere, and they were twined up into, into each other and all that kind of stuff. So I moved a lot of it over and pulled a lot of the runners off, put the runners in new spots. Like, I put a bunch of them over the runners behind and around these rocks. And, the smaller ones I haven't developed yet. So when they start growing and running and stuff, I'll just start moving them elsewhere. And when I run out of room, then I'll start taking it to my fish store. But, yeah, so then I took 2 crypts out of the 20 long, because I just wanted to make sure, or, if something happened, have these, these are, like, I don't have a heater yet for the 20 long. I've kind of just been at room temperature, which can get kind of cold sometimes, so, I moved a crypt over here, and a crypt there. So, we'll see how they do. I know they're supposed to, like, fall apart when you move them, but I think they'll be okay. And as you can see, the snails are already trailing up and down the driftwood I've put in there. But yeah, so those, and then I moved the, I can't remember if it was a dwarf sword or something like that, but I moved that right there. It's been doing great since I put it in this tank. These guys aren't really looking that great. I'm hoping I can perk them back up. They're kind of my favorite thing about the 38 gallon, but yeah, they haven't really, or I moved them in the 38 gallon. They got out of the light, and they suffered. So kind of trying to get those to perk back up again. And if you can see in the back corner over there, I've got that piece of frog bit I was trying to get to spread, but it's not really spreading either. It's not dying, but it's not spreading. My duckweed's starting to come back in the 38, which is making me happy. Let's see what else I do. You can see a lot of the roots I need to fix back there. You can see how many, the roots are, well, you could see. God, get out of my way. But you can see all the roots back over there. And, you can just tell, like, how deep those jungle flower roots were. And then, my Rotala, I don't really know the right term for it, but I'm pretty sure it's Rotala. Moved it to the center. I think the pink is a nice kind of centerpiece for the tank. It's right in the middle, right where the two pieces of driftwood meet. And then probably my favorite part of the tank over here is the sword area. You couldn't really see the swords beforehand, and so I moved them over here. Put some more root fertilizers down into the substrate because they were in the middle. Put some more root fertilizer or whatever. And just moved them all over here. As you can see, some of them aren't really doing that great, but that was before I got the root tabs. Then you have this one who's sprouting up new leaves and everything, which is pretty nice. And their roots were pretty deep in. So then you've got this, which, oh, are you kidding me? You've got this. Oh, my light just went off. Which I'm not really sure what that was. And then I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's a sword or not. And then you got this baby sword right here. That's pretty cool. So that's gone, and this video might be a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be because my light just turned off on me, but yeah, so that's pretty much what I did to my tank. Let me know if you think I should do something different with it, or if you like how it looks, or any tips or whatever you have for getting the driftwood here to sink, because, like this piece in the back, it looked pretty nice to me. It kind of stands off into two pieces, so I thought that was pretty neat. But if you have any tips or whatever, let me know.